How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day, having a wonderful holiday season, and Merry Christmas to all of you guys. As always, we are going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about the new movie here in 2023, The Hunger Games. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys don't miss out on future videos and streams here on the channel. Make sure you guys also hit that bell notification button, select all for all notifications. I upload constantly, whether that's movies, TV show reviews, rants, tabletop game reviews, or just me streaming video games. And of course, if you have any of those things you guys would like me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as I've already said, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about The Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The film is rated PG-13 and it is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. And I want to discuss the fact that I had zero expectations for this movie. I had no hope. I had no inclination to really see this movie. I ended up seeing it with my mom, my brother, and a friend of mine. And the reason I really had no expectations or excitement for this movie is it's a prequel. Yes, I know it is based on a novel. I want to state the fact that I've never read a single Hunger Games book except for the very first one. And to be honest, I don't really remember much of the first book. And yes, I have seen all the films. I've got all of them. I've got them on DVD, got them on Blu-ray, and even own them digitally. So, I like the Hunger Games movies. I think the third one, Mockingjay Part 1, is a snooze fest. It's 2 hours of boredom political dialogue that does nothing for really any of the characters. And when did Mockingjay Part 2 come out? I'm curious, because I don't remember. 2015. Okay, so Mockingjay Part 2, the finale of the Hunger Games films, came out 8 years ago at the time of recording this video and when this movie came out. Okay? 8 years later, we get a prequel. We don't get a sequel, we get a prequel. Now, you know me in prequels and sequels. It's like, once a plot has run its course, once the characters have run its course, I'm kind of done and over with the franchise. I don't care. And based on the based on the trailer, I'm just like, okay, so this is going to take place during the 10th annual Hunger Games. So this takes place about 60 years before the original Hunger Games with Katniss and Peeta. Great. So the characters that we've watched and all the plots that we understand from the very first 4 films really aren't going to matter all that much in this movie. And guess what? They don't. Now, people have said that have read the book that's very faithful to the source material. And for that, I guess I'm happy. I haven't read the book. I don't care. So what's the point of this movie? The point of this movie is it shows us how Snow becomes the president of the capital eventually, and how and why he becomes the president. Now, that concept is great, but why did it need to take 2 hours and 40 minutes long to do so? This movie is way too long. Okay, this should have been like a 90-minute movie. There is so much fluff. There is too much dialogue that just goes on too long. It stretches, and it's like, deliver the purpose of the film without it taking forever to deliver the information. Oh! I mean, this film is so long. It is so long that the film literally has 3 acts. Literally, there's title cards in this film. Now, the first two acts feels like a really good Hunger Games movie. Then, for whatever reason, when you get into Act 3, called Peacekeeper, I think it's what it's called, if my memory serves me right, when you get to Act 3, it turns into a completely different movie. It's a completely different film, and it's just weird. Now, I'm happy that we got to see a lot more of the capital of Pan Am. We get involved a lot more with the games and the politics of all that stuff, which is really great. We also get a bunch of nods, references, and Easter eggs to the mainline Hunger Games movies. But I will be honest with you guys. If you don't watch this prequel, you're not going to miss anything. Like literally, I can still watch these 4 movies and not have seen this movie, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I'll still understand what happens in these 4 films. You don't need to watch The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. You won't be confused. There's nothing that really connects to these movies except for President Snow. It's not a requirement, and that's really a sad thing. At least with other prequel type of materials, such as Star Wars, for example, it gives you a lot of more backstory to characters, especially Anakin Skywalker. You get to understand Tatooine a little more. You understand how and why the Emperor came to power and what led to that and to the creation of the Empire and the fall of the Jedi. There were several purposes and reasons behind Star Wars prequels. This film is like, okay, we're going to show you how Snow becomes president, throw in Hunger Games and some political dialogue, and make it, almost as long as The Lord of the Rings, but boring because there's no action and really interesting characters to follow, and the dialogue means nothing really all that much. Because by the time dialogue actually matters, the character delivering it either is killed or just vanishes into thin air, which I don't like. So, overall, I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.